Now on CoastTV News.
Growth versus healthcare. A warning from BB on a changing Sussex County.
Boardwalk crackdown.
It's all about kids here.
Ocean City lays down the law on explicit merchandise.
A seat still empty at Legislative Hall.
This has been terrible. It has been horrible.
Constituents pressing for answers on why Representative Stell Parker Selby hasn't returned to work.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
BB warning Sussex County Council the effect growth has on health care. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with startling statistics from a hospital here on the coast.
At a Sussex County Council meeting today, BB Healthcare CEO Dr. David Tam gave a presentation about increasing growth in the area. Tam says the growth is putting a strain on healthcare services. CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Georgetown. And Emma, BB says Sussex County has the worst doctor-to-patient ratio in the state, if not the Mid-Atlantic.
Maddie, just behind these doors earlier today, Dr. Tam said that BB would need an additional 336 clinicians to keep up. And for every doctor, that requires 4 to 6 more people like office staff or nurses. But due to a rapidly growing Sussex County and the lack of affordable housing for necessary medical staff, Tam says right now, that just isn't possible.
A growing Sussex County. That's what's made the national average 25-minute drive to see your doctor jump to 45 minutes in Sussex County. BB Healthcare CEO Dr. David Tam says due to the area's growth, in just 5 years they are projecting 3,000 more hospitalizations per year for the 65-plus population. This data provided by BB shows from 2020 to 2023, Sussex County's population grew far quicker than the state and country, and there's no signs of slowing down.
The worst case scenario is that we will continue to have a situation where we will not have enough healthcare services for the people who need it.
And Tam says that growth is mostly fueled by seniors, like Colleen Ponton, and they require more healthcare services.
I am concerned that as I age and I need more of these healthcare services, I want to make sure that they're available for myself and my husband.
Tam says in just 10 years, the senior population will need 36% more trauma services and 30% more rehab services. And in order to provide that care, Tam says the caretakers need affordable places to live. He says right now BB support staff can't afford to live close to work.
When people complain about things like growth and sprawl, there's another angle to it, another perspective, that we have to grow our healthcare workforce if we're going to provide quality access to healthcare. When people talk about growth in the community, they need to understand that we need to grow doctors, and what's more important is for every single doctor that we bring in, we also have to recruit 4, 5, 6 people who may not make as much as a doctor to support that doctor.
As the area continues to grow, so do concerns about its healthcare system keeping pace.
Dr. Tam said he wants to work with the county to find ways to support denser housing, and he thinks that will actually help seniors who may not have family living nearby. They can have neighbors who can help check on them if they need it. Live in Georgetown, Emma Aiken, CoastTV News.
At today's presentation, Dr. Tam also noted that BB is expanding westward to help serve people who live there. BB has been approved to build an ER and medical offices on Route 113 by that new bypass. BB also has a new office building on Long Neck Road they say is home for its family practice residency program. And all of this brings us to our CoastTV poll this evening. We want to know, how long does it take to get you a doctor's appointment?
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. 29% say 3 months to 6 months. 47% though say 6 months or longer. The other option's getting a little bit of the vote there too.
And we'll see if these numbers change throughout the evening. Remember, you can also leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you on this topic. You can go vote at coasttv.com or use the CoastTV mobile app. We'll show you updated results at 11. A study into the financial readiness of Sussex County's volunteer fire service, it's nearing its end. A report given to a council today. A consulting firm says that the study looked at revenue, expenditures, and other challenges, things like infrastructure, volunteerism. A final report will be issued to council in June. The report says finances varied.
There are departments that have, no debt, significant reserves, and then there are companies that are really living hand to mouth.
Fire departments will have to have a chance to review the draft's findings next month.
New at 6, an empty chair in a room full of representatives in Delaware's Legislative Hall. The chair you see there belongs to Representative Stell Parker Selby. Representative Stell Parker Selby was sworn into office at a private home ceremony March 24th. At that time, House leadership said she still needed clearance to come back to work. It's been 2 weeks since then, and she's still out. CoastTV reporter Zakia Jennings is in the newsroom. Zakia, you were in Dover today asking questions.
Maddie, I was talking with different people today who say they haven't heard anything about the representative or when she'll be returning to work. And while her parking spot was occupied, her seat was not, which is a problem for people in the 20th district that she represents because they say they need her help. Calling the office of Representative Stell Parker Selby, but no answer.
You have reached the receptionist desk.
This is what people in the 20th district, like Anthony Esposito, say is their reality when reaching out to her office for help.
Please leave your name, phone number.
Esposito is one of the many people living on Round Pole Bridge Road in Milton. He and his neighbors say DelDOT's roadwork for a new housing subdivision has been a nightmare for them as working parents.
It's been terrible. It has been horrible. We're trying to band together as neighbors to try to work together on this, and we're doing the best we can, but it is an extreme inconvenience.
Esposito says he contacted Senator Russ Huxtable, who told him to contact Parker Selby.
He said if there was those two people to call and Stell Parker Selby was available and she would be the one to get stuff done.
He says he emailed Parker Selby on March 26th and is still waiting to hear back.
I got absolutely no response.
No response, no voice, and no vote in Dover.
I feel like we're being left out, like we've been forgotten. We need to get our voices heard, and with this case of developments, we need someone in there who's going to not let them walk all over us.
With the House now in week 7 of legislative session.
Hello, my name is Anthony Esposito.
Esposito is left wondering when he and his neighbors will have their voices heard. As of 5:55 p.m., Representative Parker Selby has missed 127 votes. After this week, there will be just 8 weeks left in the legislative session. Back to you.
Some background on the absence of Stell Parker Selby. In November 2024, Parker Selby was reelected to the House for a second term. Here is what we know about her situation. Follow me on this one. Parker Selby sent a letter in January stating she would not be present at Legislative Hall for the month due to a medical event. We do not know what the medical event is, but we do know she's in a wheelchair, seen on your screen now. She wasn't previously. We have reached out to follow up on what she's going through, and we have not gotten any clear answers. We've been covering this since the start. To see the full timeline, go check out CoastTV.com.
Ocean City now prohibiting certain merchandise from being seen while walking the boardwalk. Profane merchandise must be in the back of the store with a sign warning incoming shoppers entering their business. And one vacationer thinks this change was needed.
I can see why some folks wouldn't want their youngsters to be reading that type of stuff and asking silly questions of dad as they're walking down the boardwalk.
Business owners can face fines of up to $1,000 if caught violating these new regulations.
A lot of Delmarva could see overnight temperatures below freezing. That does not bode well for a number of plants. For plants that cannot outlast the cold, cover them up. However, if your plants aren't in the ground yet, the safest option is just going to bring them inside.
And with that in mind, we take a live look now outside into Ocean City and turn it over to our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams, who says a freeze warning is coming up, right?
Yes, we've been upgraded from a watch up to a freeze warning, which means we are concerned about hard freezing to occur. This is going to affect folks that have tender vegetation, folks that are farming, and if you have exposed pipes, there could be some freezing that will happen tonight. Although we are in the midst of April, that's a reality of just how cold we are. Freeze warning in effect for places like Anderson Crossroads, Ellendale, Reynolds Mill, as well as Milford, Drawbridge, and Broadkill Beach. But not just there. This covers all of Sussex from Gossley Hill down towards Long Neck. Now, it excludes those that are right along the beach area, but those that are inland like Dagsboro along Highway 113 as well as 13 are included. And in addition to that, the folks that view us in Ocean City are a part of that concern. And even the folks that are over towards Cambridge are also under this same freeze warning. Kicks in at 11 o'clock tonight, stays in effect until 9 o'clock for Wednesday morning. Maddie, we have more to talk about as it pertains to more lower than usual temps for the next couple of days.
All right, Paul, thank you. Demolition of the Sirocco Motel and Grotto's Pizza on the boardwalk that you see here, it's approved to start as early as tomorrow. Now, that's to make way for the new One Rehoboth Hotel that will eventually go in its place, which is to take over the new Dolly's. And we have a lot more news to get to.
Dorchester Health Move, a major upgrade for local care.
And we have a freeze warning in effect for late tonight. I'll have those details coming up. And for tomorrow, we're going to stay chilly and starting to warm up gradually by mid-morning, but the cold is still on a full court press.
Milton land acquisition process, what the town is looking to potentially build, when we're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
We now have some idea of what the town of Milton wants to build on several lots they're looking to buy downtown. The price tag for the project is $1.65 million. During this due diligence period, a survey, topography mapping, and soil testing are underway.
Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman shows us what could be coming to downtown.
At Monday night's Milton Town Council meeting, an update was given about the due diligence process for the 6 lots they're looking to buy downtown. One idea? A 26,000 square foot building which would include a new police station. Milton Mayor John Collier says the current one isn't big enough.
There are certain requirements that we need to meet, and we are rapidly approaching the point where we're out of compliance. And there's no place to expand the existing building to kind of pick up that shortfall, so the only other choice is to look for a new location.
Milton resident Valerie Connolly supports the idea.
We definitely need more buildings to house all of the needs for the resources for the people. Absolutely.
The same building could also house a dedicated meeting space for the town and a workspace for council members who currently work from home because that's the only option.
We manage, but we struggle to get all of our meetings scheduled and stuff and have places to do them, and we rely on the library, local churches, some of the clubhouses and some of the HOA neighborhoods, wherever we can find a space that they'll allow us to use. But it's really a pain in the neck to have to try to schedule around that.
The final report, which includes the site plan and the soil analysis, will be presented at a meeting on April 28th. In Milton, Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
We are expecting clear skies to stay persistent for our golf forecast, but let me be real honest with you. If you're golfing tomorrow, well, I salute you on your effort, but listen, the freeze warning will stay in effect until 9 o'clock. Our primary concern, freezing temperatures for late tonight going into tomorrow morning. In Milford, dropping down to 39 as early as 10 o'clock with mostly clear skies, light winds. Started off at 39 degrees in Salisbury and in Georgetown, as well as Cambridge, 41, the starting point in Ocean City, and we're going to get cooler than that. We are currently in the 40s, 48 for Seaford, 48 for Georgetown, 47 in Delmar. But our freeze potential is a real thing for Wednesday, where we're just shy of a hard freeze that we're expecting as a real possibility for tomorrow. Then there's the wind chill, or what it will feel like. It will feel like 25 to 26 degrees throughout the inland areas, so you will need to dress for a winter-like day. We'll be bright and sunny, but still cold. Freeze warnings in effect for all of Sussex, Gumboro, Selbyville, all those areas, as well as Newark going into Ocean Pines, as well as Cedartown and Snow Hill, but away from the beaches. By the way, the folks in Cambridge, you are also under a freeze warning until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and that encompasses a good portion of the entire Mid-Atlantic region. Breaking down our expectation, we'll have sunshine across the board, but we'll peak at about 51 degrees if we are fortunate to do that. Take a look at the most southern portion of our viewing area for Thursday, thawing out a little bit more, but not by much. Still in the low 50s for Thursday in the afternoon. This holds true also for places like Long Neck and Millsboro. Since the wind is coming off the water out of the southeast, we'll bring in more moisture. That will make it feel better, but it actually won't get any better as far as the temperature is concerned. Temperatures will still stay in the lower 50s. Our chances of precipitation escalate on Friday to a 96th percentile, and here's why. Look at that wall of rain that begins to approach us at 8 o'clock in the morning for Friday, sticks around for Friday afternoon. Saturday early in the morning, we see that swirling that's happening with that low pressure system that will begin to drag some more scattered showers our way as a result of that. Here is a look at your 7-day forecast. We'll warm up finally like we should by next Monday.
Thank you. The Dorchester County Health Department closing its doors on Cedar Street but reopening on Race Street. Staff began their move-in today. The new 3-story building will accommodate more patients, double the exam rooms, and extra space for family and school-based programs.
In sports, the Delmarva Shorebirds back on the peninsula, and the Delmarva Sports Network is there to break down all the action.
It is the home opener for the Delmarva Shorebirds on this sunny, beautiful, yet chilly 46-degree evening in Salisbury, Maryland, as the Delmarva Shorebirds take on the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. I'm Kayla Santiago alongside Luke Milai here tonight, and Luke, Shorebirds falling in their first 3 games, looking to get back in the win column.
Yeah, it was a rough start out to the 0-3 beginning against Salem, but on a positive note for Delmarva, they're back at home today in front of the home fans, and they'll try and ride the momentum of their series finale against Salem, only falling by just 1.
For the Shorebirds, Evan Yates will get the start. He was drafted in round 20 in 2024, last year producing a 5.79 ERA across 3 games. Although he really stuck out on his college season at Cal State Fullerton, having a 3.75 ERA, which was ranked 11th best in the Big West.
And then for the Fayetteville Woodpeckers, they turned to Ramsey David on the bump. He was also drafted in 2024. He went in the 10th round. Last season, got some action with the Woodpeckers, tossed an ERA just under 3.7. 10 strikeouts, but only 7 total innings pitched, so he'll have another look out here today.
And it is the second year of the partnership between DSN and the Delmarva Shorebirds as we get ready for the first pitch at 7:05 p.m. He's Luke Milai, I'm Kayla Santiago. As we get ready for Shorebirds baseball, we'll send things off.
Well, it's still very breezy along the beaches right now. Still have an active concern for gale winds and at least 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts, or occasionally even more than that. But generally speaking, we're staying clear, and that sets the stage for a quick drop of temperatures throughout the overnight. We'll drop down to 40 degrees in Lewis as early as 10 o'clock, but throughout the inland areas, we are concerned about a freeze warning. Just to kind of reiterate, places like Seaford, Milton, Phillips Hill, under a freeze warning, watching out for concerns for tender vegetation as well as exposed pipes possibly freezing over. It's also inclusive of places like Berlin, Ironshire, Selbyville, Whaleyville, and Timmonstown, because we're watching for the temperatures to drop dramatically. Our umbrella winner, Terry May of Frankfort, congratulations. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. Your forecast is just a call away, sponsored by the law offices of Brogstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Temperatures stay well below the norm until we get to next week. So bundle up, bundle up, bundle up.
Okay, Paul, thank you. And thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.